episode 23. Welcome back to another Ottawa Senators franchise rebuild. I mean, we made it through the offseason. Somehow, some way, we were able to make it through the offseason, even with all the salary cap troubles. We had to cut ties with a couple players like Brady Tkachuk, but it had to be done in order to keep our core together. I mean, I would have loved to win a Stanley Cup with Brady Tkachuk. I mean, the heart and soul of the real life Ottawa Senators right now. But we got some good players here, and our window for a Stanley Cup, in my opinion, is not over. Especially having a +5 morale boost on all three top lines. Let's just get a quick reminder. I mean, it's been a while since I've played here, a couple days. The contract situation. So we still have $7 million. We're gonna need to sign Brandt Clark, and he's gonna want $15 million. $15 million, that is a lot of money. Langdon, he's going to want $8 million, which doesn't seem outrageous. So honestly, if I can get the Langdon deal done now, I'm going to try lowballing him. 5 years at 7.875. I'm going to try offering him that contract. Hopefully he accepts. But that Brandt Clark contract is massive. Xavier Bouglet, I imagine, is going to be pretty big too. It's not crazy, but for third line, do we really want to pay him $3 million? It would be double the salary he's making right now. So definitely something we got to think about. Who else do we got? Holden, who I believe is playing fourth line. So let's trade for asset right now. So don't know why that's happening, but I guess we can check him out. Who else? So the Brandt Clark. He wants more than Stefan Ferland by a decent chunk. He wants $15 million. $15 million. Is he insane? I think we got to move Brandt Clark because there's no way we can re-sign him, and he's going to be an unrestricted free agent. But right now doesn't seem like the best time. We got to make that one final push, but I don't really want to get nothing back for him, you know? So we're looking at all expiring contracts now. So yeah, Brandt Clark, Xavier Bouglet, Hindi. How much is Hindi going to want? Trade for asset again. The rest of those guys are probably trade for asset, so I kind of have to wait a little bit longer. I think I have to wait till December 1st potentially. But Phil Pitt, we got that contract done last episode. He's going to be making $9 million. For a franchise potential, I'm very excited about that. Anything else? Yeah, we got the Tim Stutzle contract. He's getting a little bit older. He's making a lot of money. Langenbrunner's making a lot of money. Montgomery, yeah. So if we sign Brandt Clark this contract, Montgomery would be making 12.2, and he would be making 16 mil. $28 million between two defensemen. And then our salary cap's 100 mil. So that basically is taking up a fifth of our cap, a little bit over a fifth, almost a third or fourth. That's I don't even know if we can make that happen, but I don't want to worry about it right now. I don't want to worry about it right now. Our team is very good, and I think I might explore a trade for Brandt or to move Brandt Clark. But right now, for the time being, we're going to keep him at least till the trade deadline, most likely. But let's take a look at the lines here. We got Phil Pitt, who recently just went up to a franchise potential. So, I mean, he is an absolute rock star for our team. Last year, I mean, he doesn't put up a lot of points, but he hasn't had that opportunity yet. So, giving him on that first line now, playing with a pure goal scorer in Damon Langenbrunner, and a pure passer in Stefan Ferland. I mean, that first line might be one of the best in the NHL. Just on Langenbrunner and Ferland alone. I mean, Phil Pitt defensively is unreal as well. The 90 defensive awareness, 88 stick checking, 86 shot blocking, skating's great. Shooting is I wouldn't even say a downfall, but it's not the greatest. I wish his poise was a little bit higher, but he's just an all-around 90s across the board, essentially. Very good player. Second line, we got Tim Stutzle, who we could put on the first line, but I want to get Phil Pitt up there he's got the franchise potential. See if we can grow him a little bit more. Tim Stutzle is going to be playing with Angelo Langdon and Torsten Gortz, who we just drafted, I believe. Let me take a look. Yeah, we traded up to draft him, so he is a superstar X-Factor sniper. Already has 90 overall shooting in all categories. So him, Langdon, and Tim Stutzle should really light it up. Stutzle is a playmaker, I believe, and same with Langdon. So they're just going to be giving the puck to Torsten Gortz all night long, which I am here for. The third line, we got Bob Huxley, who, I mean, I don't really want to play him on the third line, but it's kind of how it's going to go. He's going to be making a lot of money for the third line. Not really, actually. I forgot that Bob Huxley has a really good contract. 3 years left at 6.7 mil compared to the 16 million that Brandt Clark wants. Timothy Tarasov, who's grown up to an 84 overall. He hasn't been terrible for us, 44 points. He's consistently just kind of, doing his thing. Last year, he was a -7, though, so I'm hoping playing with Bob Huxley. And then Xavier Bouglet on the right side is going to help out. And the fourth line, they probably won't see much action, but we got Josh Williams, Bruce, and ADAN Holden. 6'4", 216. That guy's kind of a beast. Defensively, we got Passy Santala. I like the name. I still love it. And we got Chuck Montgomery, who is our defense of the future for sure, especially on the contract he's on compared to what Brandt Clark wants. So we got to figure out what we're going to do with him for sure. Then we got Alexander Malkin playing on the left side. He's making a decent amount of money, so I'm hoping he can be very good. He's going to be playing with Brandt Clark for the time being. Again, it might be someone else playing that position, but for the time being, we do got Brandt Clark. He is very good. He also doesn't have a superstar X factor. So I'm curious why he wants so much money. Like, maybe he's going to be very good in the simulation, but so far, I mean, he's played 3 games. He's a +1. He's got 0 points. But I don't want to judge that. Joey KLINE and then Wesley Garvin. So Joey KLINE's one of the new guys I believe we picked up in free agency. So not a bad little roster there. Special teams here. Let's take a look at the power play. I just want to make sure that Gortz is... Oh, yeah, so we got Gortz playing the power play as along with Phil Pitt, Stefan Ferlin, and Langenbrunner on that first unit. Do we want to switch up anything? Do I want to throw Stutzle up there? Or Langdon? Langdon wouldn't be bad. Try to get him some more growth. I don't mind doing that. So Langdon can go up there. Now we'll go Stutzle here. Huxley can play the wing. Is he left or right-handed? He's right-handed. So we're going to keep him on the left side for the one-timer. Timothy Tarasov is also right-handed. What's Tim Stutzle? Tim Stutzle's left, but can anyone else play center? 80 face-offs, not bad. We'll keep it like that. And then in the nets, we have MARKO LAAKSO playing, who we just signed in the free agency. Somehow slipped through us, but definitely excited to have him on the squad. And then our backup is Demetrius FEDORUK. We lost Pierre Balloon in the free agency. We just couldn't sign him, but that's all right. I think our team is still disgusting. I mean, we're probably still listed as buyers. Yeah, for sure, buyers. Let's take a quick look at Brandt Clark's trade value. I'm not going to trade him right now, but where is Brandt Clark? He's got some crazy trade value. No trades found if I just do a quick offer, but I can definitely make something happen with him if needed. So that is always an option. Langenbrunner has a really low trade value for, I mean, a 90 overall, 23 high elite. Same with Langdon. The trade values are very interesting in this game, to say the least. But I'm going to simulate a couple of games here. You know, we got to get our slow sim in first. Who do we got? The Seattle Kraken. So we're currently 2-1. Langdon does re-sign. So it was a good deal for us, I think. Just under $8 million. He's going to play that second line center. He's young. They want to trade us back Pajot. I am good. Thank you very much, Detroit, for offering, though. So we got the Kraken here on home ice. We're 2-1. They're 0-1. Angelo Langdon, let's go. Let's start it off. Langdon scores the first goal. First goal with the new contract starting next year. First period. Wow. Gortz, there he is. I think Gortz is going to be an absolute beast. He's playing where I would probably have Bob Huxley, so I hope he plays well. But Bruce also gets a goal, and Langenbrunner, who always scores on the power play, scores a power play goal. They get one late from Jarrett McCann, but we are up 4-1 after the first period. Second period, we get another power play goal, this time from Timothy Tarasov. Gortz completes the hat trick. Timmy Stu gets a goal too, and we're up 7-2 over the Kraken. Sorry, make that 8-2. See, this is the team I expect. Last year in the playoffs, we could not score for the life of us, but this year, I think it's going to be a little bit different. Another power play. Can we add insult to injury? Maybe get to 10 goals here. Stutzle maybe gets the hat trick. Let's see. They score one late, but that's all it's going to be. Let's take a look at the stats here. I want to see. Wow. Well, Brandt Clark, he really wants that contract extension. I'll tell you that for a fact. 4 assists. We had 6 points from Tim Stutzle. 4 points from Gort. Langenbrunner 2. Malkin 2. Tarasov 2. Who didn't do anything? Phil Pitt doesn't really do much today. Stefan Ferlin, both -2, eh? All right, so that's gonna be interesting. Keep an eye on Ferlin and Phil Pitt. KLINE nothing. Montgomery nothing but a +2. Santala +2 also. +4 there. So yeah, I mean, we're gonna definitely have to keep an eye on that first line. I think scoring won't be a problem. Tim Stutzle already has 12 points in 4 games. I'm gonna simulate a couple months and I'll get back to you guys with an update on the season. All right, picking up the sim here, 64 games in. I mean, we have an okay record, but I mean, it's nothing crazy. We're 3rd in the division here. I mean, we're kind of just holding on to a playoff spot. We've had a rough stretch in our last 10. We're 2-7-1, so I mean, that's probably not going to help. But let's take a look at our stats here. We're going to start with the team stats. I'm interested to see how Phil Pitt's doing. But the Ottawa Senators, we're scoring a decent amount. Not as much as the Leafs. Holy. The Leafs are putting up over 4 goals per game. We're at 3.5, which is 3rd best in our division. Respectable. 3.11, around 4th best in our division. Again, respectable. It could be better. I wish it was a little bit better. Power play percentage around the 22%. Again, it's nothing spectacular. Penalty kill, 83%. The 2nd best in our division. Our home record, away record. I mean, yeah, it doesn't seem too... Nothing jumps out at me. It's all kind of mediocre, middle of the pack. But let's see. Toronto must be... Yeah, Toronto is unreal. The best goals for and against per... in the league. Their power play percentage 25, probably the best in the league too. No, Edmonton's at 30 almost. And then penalty kill, the best are the Pittsburgh Penguins, but Toronto's number 2, and they have 10 shorthanded goals. Okay, so Toronto looks to be unreal this year. Let's take a look at the player stats here. So we got Damon Langenbrunner, 69 points, leading the way, 41 goals, 19 of those are on the power play. Ferlin's got 68 points, Langdon 58, Stutzle 57, Phil Pitt. I mean, Phil Pitt's not doing too bad, 50 points, but he has a +5, which I do like to see. Gortz has 37 goals. I do like that. 48 points. Brandt Clark, 44 points. Bob Huxley, 42 on the 3rd line. You got to remember that, so that's pretty impressive. Tarasov, 37. Malkin. Anyone really just... Yeah, Santala. I always mess up his name. Santala. Pasi Santala. He's 8 points, -8. So that's not good. But he is a defensive defenseman. Okay, so that makes sense. But if you look at his stats, I mean, defensively, he's very good. But everywhere else, he's kind of terrible. I mean, 1 star for senses, 2 star for shooting, 2.5 star for skating, 2.5 star for physical. Like, he's not that good. So what type of contract is he on? I think he's still on the rookie deal. Yeah, he's still on his rookie deal, so it's not that big of a deal. But I don't know if he's that great. I don't know how to put that nicely. But I think definitely moving him to the 2nd line would be a better fit for him to have some help on that 1st line for Chuck Montgomery, who is not playing that well. But let's actually want to take a look at the Toronto Maple Leafs here. The Toronto Maple Leafs. So what is going right? It's this Sweetland guy. Doug Sweetland is an absolute beast for this team. Every time I look, he's leading the team. 88 points. Same amount of points he had the last 2 years already in just 61 games. +40s the last 3 years. He's going to be very, very annoying to play in our division. Who else we got? Willie Nee, Austin Matthews, Jaden Andersons, Jadon Penzek, Costins. I mean, these guys. Who's their goalie? Who is the goalie for the Toronto Maple Leafs? It is Per Franzen at 35-13, 4 shutouts, elite, 87 overall. I mean, I feel like these guys, Toronto is just very good at drafting, I guess. But let's go take a look at the entire league here. Grubauer's the best goalie in the league. Rookie skaters. It looks like Gortz is leading the way. followed by Dorian, Lutz, and then Forrest. So, I mean, that's a pretty close battle there. I think we got the edge with 37 goals and a plus 12. Let's take a look at all skaters here. Connor McDavid's having a year. Connor McDavid is having a year here. 103 points, 50 goals, 50 assists already. This is kind of like real life McDavid. It seems right. We got Doug Sweetland, Sveshnikov, Cole Perfetti, Barzell. Any kind of surprisers? Yamamoto's probably playing alongside Connor McDavid. Who do we got? Leon Draisaitl, Willie Nee, Jack Hughes is playing well. Weird that he's not a superstar X Factor. Austin Matthews, Jaden Andersons, Topi Blomqvist. A lot of new young talent in the league here, and they are lighting it up. Alexander Holtz, Brock Besser, there's Langenbrunner. So, I mean, we just don't have a guy who just puts up those points, eh? It's kind of that one thing that we're missing here. Take a look. See if anyone grew. So, Phil Pitt grew up to an 89. Stutzle, Langdon's up to an 87. Gortz is playing well on that line there. It's kind of, can we make a change is basically what we're asking here. I mean, we could put Stutzle up there. We know it works, but I think Phil Pitt will help defensively on that line, so I kind of want to keep him there. But defensively, Santala, we can bring down if we really want to stack that top pairing. And I think we do, because this is the year. I don't want to trade Brandt Clark. This is the year we got to make a push. Let's simulate to the trade deadline here. So we're going to definitely be buyers. If the option comes up for a decent trade here, I think we got to jump on it. Quinton Byfield, Eklund, 89 overall, 89 overall. Fabian Lysell. He's been a thorn in our side for so damn long. These cap hits, they're just unreal, though. I cannot justify these cap hits. Cabo Caco, 10.4. This guy, 87. We don't need a forward. If anything, it would be a defenseman that we're looking for. Let's do our due diligence. Let's try finding a trade. First of all, find trade. What if we put Brandt Clark? I don't think they're going to have, for people with that high potential, they normally, or that high trade value, they normally don't have on there. But if we're giving up our first round pick, what can we get? There's 4 offers. Sidney Crosby? Is that Sid the Kid? Is that Sid the Kid? I mean, you can never go wrong with Sidney Crosby. That's definitely not going to go through, though. I kind of want Crosby. I kind of want him. Let me make sure this is actually Sidney Crosby. It's Sidney Crosby. He's having an okay year. I mean, minus 36, eh? Woo. Last year he's been pretty good. He hasn't been near the top of the league for a little bit, but Sidney Crosby, eh? I'd give up like 2/3 and like a 4th and 7th. If they want that, I'll take it, but I'm not gonna overshoot for a 44-year-old Sidney Crosby. I'm not really seeing any moves here off the top of my head that we can make. I can go through quickly the defensemen. I think that would be one area that we can definitely improve. Jamie Drysdale, Oli Ulievi, nothing there for us. I'm going to sort this by overall. This Antilia guy looks sick, but again, not for us. Just quickly, Charlie McAvoy. This guy looks good. I mean, I like this guy's contract. This guy has a very good contract. Offensive defenseman. We don't have an offensive defenseman anymore, I don't think. Can I try swinging a deal with this guy? Partly because his contract is so damn good. His potential is not crazy. Like, this is someone I would easily give away my first round pick for. So we can put our first in there. And then obviously we'd have to make a move defensively. Who can we take off the team? So we can get rid of Joey Klein, Malkin. I think Joey Klein or Garvin's a superstar X Factor, so I kind of want to keep him on the squad. Hindi, I mean, I don't know if we're going to be able to resign. You know what? Do we say goodbye to Brandt Clark? We're not going to be able to resign him. But it will be a big blow to lose Brandt Clark. Barnaby, are you a superstar? He is a superstar X Factor. Okay. I've come to terms with trading Brandt Clark. I've come to terms with it. But can I get your first in return? So I'm going to give up my first and Brandt Clark for Barnaby and the Buffalo Sabres first round pick. They're a good team, so it's not going to be anything special, I don't think. Ooh. Okay, let's try it. We're not going to get this. We're making this happen. We're making this happen. We're going to give up a third. All these that we don't really care about. Will this go through? A first, a third, seventh, sixth, and Brandt Clark for Barnaby, a first and a first next year. Trade accepted. Brandt Clark is off the squad. I mean, I wasn't expecting to make a move. I didn't even go through all the teams. I made it through a couple teams, and I got a new player. I mean, his potential isn't the greatest, but I'm pretty happy with it. I'm pretty happy. And, you know, lastly, I kind of want to look at goaltender. I think we have... Oh, my God. Oh, we saw Bluin on the team. That's why. I was like, who's this goalie? We can technically sign Bluin. We should probably get on signing Bluin. Someone's trying to trade us a first. I do not want that deal. Thank you very much. Is there a goalie? A cheap goalie here? I don't think we need one per se. But, you know, you can't ever go wrong by looking. 83s. Yeah, 86. Samsonov, who's been actually pretty good in his career. 8 mil, though. Not going to happen. Stuart Skinner. Carolina. I want to see Carolina. They have Grubauer. So, Grubauer is the best goalie in the league. Look at his stats. 914, 267. And he is an 80 overall 39-year-old goalie. What am I missing? Who's their defense? Let's take a look at their defense. What am I missing here? This is their defense. That goalie, what? It doesn't even make sense to me. It doesn't even make sense to me. How is this team so good? How is Carolina 39-15? Am I crazy to think that our team is that much better than them? I guess so. I guess. I don't know. That confused me. I don't think I'm going to make any more deals here. We made a big change here. We got rid of Brandt Clark. We weren't signing him next year. I would have loved to hold on to him, but $16 million for 4, 5, 6 years. I mean, it wasn't doable. It wasn't doable at all. And now let's edit the lines. Make sure we got our new offensive defenseman, which is going to be nice to have on the squad. And there he is, Barnaby. He's playing first line, top 4 defender. I could move it around a little bit, but I want Barnaby on that first line. We could bring Montgomery down, but Montgomery's going to play top pairing for sure. Let's take a look. So Barnaby fits on the first. Montgomery just doesn't like playing that first line, which is kind of weird. Montgomery doesn't like the first line. I don't want Santola there, but I'm keeping Montgomery on the first line if he likes it or not. Sorry, buddy. But that is the changes we're going to make here offensively. Like, I like the way Gortz is playing. It looks like we got some best lines that happened. I don't like these best lines, though. I don't like these best lines. Should I keep it like this? What do you guys think? I don't think so. You know what? They want me to keep it like this, but Ferland and Langenbrunner are just a combination. And I don't want Phil Pitt playing the third line. I would definitely do that. Do I want to test out something new? Our team's playing well. Why did they do this to me? Why do they do this to me? Phil Pitt, I mean, what has Phil Pitt done this year? I mean, he's got 50 points in 64 games. It's not crazy, but... why do they do this to me? Why do they do this to me? I'm going to keep Huxley on the third line. I'm gonna keep him there. I need Phil Pitt to grow, especially at franchise potential. Is it because he fits? Yeah, his best spot is the third line. You know what? I'm gonna let that happen. I'm gonna keep Phil Pitt on the third line. As much as I don't really like it per se, I'm gonna keep him there. I kind of want to throw Gortz there, but we'll keep Gortz down here. Langenbrunner, Gortz. Is Langdon a playmaker? Okay, Langdon is a playmaker. That does make things a little bit better. I want to put him in center ice though. 82 faceoffs. I just want Langenbrunner to be able to shoot. He shoots left, so I kind of want to put him on this side here. Gortz shoots right. The left two, no big deal. Actually, left, let's throw him on this side. We'll keep it how it is. All right. I basically listen. I've fallen victim to the computer. The computer says I do, so we made a trade. We probably didn't need to, but we weren't going to re-sign Brandt Clark, so I don't regret it. But first game back after the trades and the line shakeup, first period, we get to... Maybe I'm going to keep Langenbrunner there. Maybe we're on to something here. Maybe we're on to something. Langenbrunner scores 2 in the first, both even strength 2, which is very rare for him. Second period, they get another one, and we're down by a goal. We're 2-7-1 in our last 10. Timothy Tarasov scores a goal to make it 3-3, and we just cannot. Come on, boys. We need to win. We need to break this losing streak. We cannot miss the playoffs. We traded our first-round pick, so there we go. Phil Pitt, third liner scores. So, I mean, the computer might know what they're doing. We got 4 minutes left in the game. Is this one headed to overtime? It looks like it is. Let's continue it. Who is it going to be? Who's going to be the winner for us? No way we lose this. It's going to shoot up. Never mind. Never mind. They scored with 19 seconds left. We got to break this losing streak we're on here, guys. Come on. What are we in our last 10 now? 2-7-1 still. Simulate this one quickly. Montreal. Okay, we won that one. All right, I'll see you guys down the stretch. All right, guys. I mean, we're in a battle here. 4 more games here. We have 2-point lead over the Buffalo Sabres, who have 86 points. We have 85. I mean, we got to win. Pittsburgh's 32-40. That needs to be a win here. We do win that one. But, I mean, this damn wild card spot, it's crazy. Look at this. 90 points, 89, 88. Tampa Bay, a pretty good team. They're trying to sneak into the playoffs, so we got to shut them down here and basically eliminate them. Can we do it? We lose in overtime, but we got a point, and now we're in the second wild card spot. Oh my God. Are we not going to make the playoffs here? This is a must-win game. Ottawa versus Detroit, I mean, they're 29, 44, and 6. We got to win this one. First period, no goals. Don't do this to me. Second period, 1-1. Timmy Stu gets us a goal. Third period, come on, boys. We got to win this one. Where's the offense? We need to be buzzing here. Power play. We let in a shorthanded goal in the power play when we need to win a game in the third period. The big games, we can never win them. Come on. 5 minutes left. We cannot lose this. Oh, man. Last game of the season. We might even fall out of a wild card spot. This might be a win that we need. Last game of the regular season. I believe we clinched. Let's see. We got the last wild card spot. We want to win this game because we don't want to play Toronto in the first round. It's basically that. If we look at the Metro division here, the wild card 87. So we did make the playoffs. Thank God. We made it, not by much. It was skin of our teeth here. But we got the Toronto Maple Leafs in round 1. We got to win this game. Montreal's a really good team, though. Let's see if we can close out the season here with a big dub. First period. Where's our goal? There we go. We got a shorthanded goal. Okay, they got Malcolm Subban in the net. I can't imagine his overall is too good. But, again, we saw Philip Grubauer, 80 overall, best goalie in the league. So, clearly the overalls mean nothing. But we're in a tight game with one of the best teams in the NHL here, the Montreal Canadiens. We're out shooting them 32-22, but we cannot get past Malcolm Subban. And this one's going to overtime, it looks like. I want to hop in and play. I'm going to hop in and play here. Playing this overtime here. Our offense is at 98, defense 91. Their offense is 97. Our goaltending is definitely our weak side here. We got Timmy Stu on the face-off. I don't even know what the settings are on. They're probably on the default one. Chuck Montgomery. Dumps it down. God. You can tell I don't play this game often. I am a bum. 3-on-3 though, I need some pro all-star, whatever it is. Darius Fletcher, their best guy. We got Tim Stutz on the face-off, and we win that one. Chuck Montgomery sends him.
Simple detail with the draw, you can get out of the zone.
There it is. Oh! His superstar X Factor is 1P, so I expect him to score. He's 63. He's got an interesting little facial there.
The Senators needed overtime.
So we do win the last game of the regular season there. And let's see where we end up in the playoffs. Please not the Leafs. And we got the Carolina Hurricanes. I mean, who we were kind of talking a little bit of trash about, saying their goalie sucks. I mean, their team doesn't look good. So, I mean, we're going to get a first-hand experience on how good they really are this year. I mean, they went 52, 22, and 8. So, I mean, definitely not a team that is bad by any stretch of the imagination. But I don't think they should have been as good as they are. But who am I to say? Let's take a look at the team stats here. We got the Ottawa Senators. So, we do beat out the Buffalo Sabres by 1 point. So, that win at the end was huge. Scoring 3.45 goals per game, letting in our goals against actually went down a little bit. Same with our goals for, but we're still scoring a decent amount of goals. Power play percentage went down just slightly. Wow, shorthanded goals against. Wow, Montreal lets in a lot of shorthanded goals. We got one at the end of the year on them as well. Penalty kill 85%, 5 shorthanded goals. Not bad, not bad. Let's take a look at the player stats here. The Ottawa Senators. So Tim Stutzle, I mean, not bad. 80 points for that second line for the most part of the year. Ferland, 85 points. Damon Langenbrunner, slowed down a little bit, 87 points. Langdon, 66. Phil Pitt definitely slowed down playing on that third line. Gortz, 43 goals, slowed down as well. Bob Huxley, Tarasov. Let's see how Barnaby did with us. So 6 points in 18 games, and it was in a 0. So, I mean, not crazy, but I think he's a good choice for strictly just because of his cap. His cap is very good, so really hoping we can grow him. 27. By the time his contract's over, he'll be 31 years old. Kind of like a prime age for a defenseman. But let's take a look at the entire NHL here. And then we'll take a look quickly at the Carolina Hurricanes. So yeah, McDavid, 135 points, 65 goals, 70 assists. Svechnikov had a good year. Sweetland, Nylander, Yamamoto, Austin Matthews, Aho, who looks to be their big threat. Draisaitl, Matt Barzal. A lot of guys over 100 points here. A lot of guys. Let's take a look, finally, before we end the episode, at the Carolina Hurricanes, the surging Carolina Hurricanes. I mean, we know who their goalie is. So, the Carolina Hurricanes quickly, the Caesar St. Louis. I mean, we're going to have to click here. 33 points. Okay, I mean, he's not the greatest. Aho, Svechnikov. So, these two lit it up this year. Nikas, Brady, Hashpsheed, Gabe Velarde, Andre Kasha, Drake Batherson, another former Ottawa Senator looking to bite us. Why is it always the former Ottawa Senators? We always play them. Artem Afinogenov, Seth Jarvis, Gallardi, and then Devin Bradley. Defensively, Vakinen, Ethan Bear, Pesce, Lindgren, David Farrance, and Kevin Ball. And then in nets, Philip Grubauer, and then Desmond Lombardi. Let me just look at Grubauer's numbers. That's playoffs. Okay, I was going to say they went down. They did not go down. So he's coming off a year where he had 50 games, 19 wins, 22 losses, 897, 348, to 70 games, 45 wins, 5 shutouts, 9-13, 271. So did he score a goal? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, he's had years that he's gained 3 points, you know? Grubauer, please don't ruin this for us. But that's going to do it for this episode. Sens vs. Canes, next episode. Let's go. This is the year. Stanley Cup champions.